Good evening. I have a question for both the council, hopefuls, as well as the county executive. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the very thoughtful discussion you've had this evening on a wide range of issues. And this evening I have a question about the transparency of our county government process. A little while ago, the gentleman up here in the front asked about how can we trust the people who would like to lead our government. And I'd like to raise the issue that was in the Baltimore Sun this weekend about restricting citizen access to DPZ files. What is your position on the new DPZ policy restricting citizen access to files? And as county executive or councilman, how would you address public access to the zoning and development process? Thank you.
We'll start with the county council, and county executive. We'll start with Mr. Dunbar.
Yes, I think it's atrocious that DPZ is requiring citizens to file a Freedom of Information Act request before they are allowed to review public documents. And I'm disappointed that our county councilman, that our zoning board people, that our county executive allowed that to happen. And under the Dunbar administration, that will not happen. The file will be available with all the materials in it for public review at all times. Thank you.
I talked a minute ago about just having introduced and passing legislation requiring DPZ to make technical staff reports available. That's just the first step. As county executive, as Mr. Bird said earlier, the director of the Department of Planning and Zoning will be my choice, will report to me. I will make sure that he or she comports themselves in the most open way possible. And, I'm sorry, the Department of Planning and Zoning. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Okay, Mr. Wells.
I was appalled when I read that in the Baltimore Sun. I think government ought to be transparent. So all these kinds of files would be open to the public. You should have to file a Freedom of Information Act to get something that so affects the public as these things do. So it would be transparent. I would make sure there's a process in place that would allow the public access to this. Shouldn't be anything private about what we do. We're government. We're a local county government. It would be transparent, and in my administration, I would assure everyone that you would have access to those kinds of things.
The way that you conduct yourself as a county councilman is a good reflection of what you will see as county executive. I've always supported open government. In fact, that's why I voted against the comprehensive life zoning bill, because I didn't feel like the process was followed and it was open to the citizens of Howard County. I will say that it's important that the county executive be able to ask their attorney, the Office of Law, questions that should be kept confidential, attorney-client privilege, because not everything that the county executive asks or questions will become public policy. When it enters into the public policy realm, when it's out of the draft form, then it should be completely open to government. We don't want our county executive and county council handcuffed and be afraid to ask their attorney a question that may impact the direction that they're going in or not. But once it is out of that draft form, everybody in Howard County government should have the right to be able to view those documents.
Thank you.
In my background working in the environmental movement, I know that at the very base of any type of civic engagement is the right to know. And the fact that we can argue over specifics in terms of decisions and opinions, but citizens have to have the information in order to make reasonable decisions and advocate for issues that are affecting them. And so that guides my thinking and my belief in terms of doing everything I can to make sure that folks individuals who want information about what's going on inside the government get access to that information.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I believe the government should be completely open and citizens should be able to get whatever documentation they need to make decisions for themselves or have input into the government. So yes, I absolutely believe that transparency and open government are good policy.
I do too, and in the interest of time, I don't think I need to say any more.
I think I'll just add that, of course, I would support an open government and open policies. I think all of our department heads and our government are controlled, or at least have oversight by our county executive. And right now, that county executive maybe isn't directing them correctly. And I certainly think that we should move to change that policy, because I think we need to make our decisions with an open government and have access to all the information.
Thank you.